Crushed by the weight of their own education, America is in a student debt crisis. Imagine taking out a mortgage-sized loan without knowing how much you'll owe month to month and what you'll be earning to pay for it. That's the reality for the majority of American college students. They are broke, busted, and disgusted. Tonight we look into why grads are shouldering so much debt and how an Iowa man is actually trying to change the way we all look at that high-cost degree. The American dream. It's promised that if you work hard enough, you'll make it.
Because, we're always told, you go to college, get that better job that pays you a little bit more.
And Justin Welsh did just that. He did what most college-bound kids do. He took out a federal loan and went to Grandview University, graduating this spring with a degree in graphic journalism.
In the end of the day, I am happy that I went and got my education. It's just unfortunate that I have to go so far into debt in order to make that extra money.
That college degree put Justin $50,000 into debt. He's got the bills to show it. He took a job outside his field of study, and he lives at home, sacrifices to make ends meet.
You want to think about other things, buying a house, going and traveling somewhere, but really you have to constantly be thinking about your student debt.
There are thousands of students every year just like Justin, and they are racking up mortgage-like debt before they even land their first real jobs, before they even get their first real mortgage.
I would ask them, how much is $60,000 in debt? Over 10 years, how much would the payment be? I got blank stares, and many of them had at least that, if not more.
Once known as the ticket to the middle class and a place to find yourself, college is becoming a place where all but the savviest of students lose their dreams to a lifetime of debt.
Adam Carroll traveled the country for a decade, covering 500 college campuses. He's part of a team that just released this documentary called Broke, Busted, and Disgusted.
We want to create a groundswell. If you don't believe this is an issue, you need to wake up and smell the crazy glue.
How big of an issue? According to the Department of Education, American students have $1.3 trillion in debt. Iowans make up nearly $12 billion of that. And unlike a car loan or a mortgage, students cannot refinance federal loans for a lower interest rate. That's something Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren tried to change this spring. Her bill didn't pass. It's also a hot issue on the campaign trail. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders going as far as to propose completely free tuition. So why has tuition risen at a rate faster than inflation for decades? Well, the answer really is threefold. First of all, it simply costs a lot of money to provide technology like internet to all students and also to maintain all of those buildings. Secondly, there is what Adam Carroll refers to as administrator bloat. That's when colleges hire more and more adjunct and administrative positions to complete day-to-day tasks. Third, and this is a big one here, there is more competition for government dollars that are available. So higher education just isn't seeing the support that it once had.
More of the burden of funding a post-secondary education is lying with the student and their parents because there isn't as much federal and state support to keep those costs low.
Roberta Johnson heads up ISU's Office of Student Financial Aid. She's also on a national board that oversees one of the federal loans available to students. Right now, there are several types of federal loans and repayment plans. She says streamlining all of them to one or two options could be less confusing and ultimately end in a more financially savvy decision. But for now, she says, approach higher education like a business deal.
Just thinking critically about those particular options and making sure that it's something that once you've committed to, that you can actually follow through with.
And that's something Adam Carroll echoes. According to PwC, millennials are poised to make up over 50% of the workforce within 5 years. He says the country cannot afford to have an entire generation held prisoner by debt.
And ultimately, our goal is to have the college conversation at kitchen tables and at high school classrooms and get students thinking about how much will I owe if I pursue this degree, or how much would I owe if I went to a community college or if I chose an apprenticeship instead.
He adds there is a silver lining. More and more schools are recognizing this problem and working with students. But for the grads who are already out there, the damage is done.
There's a bit of a student loan depression out there, and I hate to say that. But I've seen it, and I've seen students just sort of resign themselves to the fact that they're going to have this forever, and they just need to get used to it.
For now, Justin waits for that dream job, waits to find a place of his own, and all the things young adults think will be within reach after a college degree. He knows he's not alone in this struggle, but that's little comfort.
But it's always over my head. It's always in the back of my mind. It's something that I'm always constantly thinking about. It just never leaves you.
All right, so what can you do to keep the cost of education down? Think, and once again, think. Like Adam Carroll said, consider community college or even an apprenticeship. Right there, you could save thousands of dollars. We're talking about 2/3 the cost of a traditional tuition. Now, this is not just a 4-year deal. What you spend over those 4 years will follow you and grow until it's paid off. So also start saving early and utilize College 529 savings plans. Iowa has a top-rated one you can use. And again, the experts all say know what you're signing up for, especially those repayment options. Some are income-based, which could lower your monthly payments. And here's something really interesting I learned. If you work for a nonprofit for 10 years out of school while making all of your federal loan payments month after month, after those 10 years, your loan can be forgiven, what's remaining there. So there are definitely ways, Jack, to bring those costs down. And Adam and his team are doing a full rollout of this documentary. It's going to happen right around the beginning of the year. Again, it's called Broke, Busted, and Disgusted, but you can see it online. So go to our website right now, weareiowa.com, for a link to that and other resources that can help you navigate the complex sea of student loans, because there's a lot of questions and a lot of answers out there too. You just got to get all the way through all that information.
All right, Stephanie, thank you.